Hi, everybody. Today I get to sit down with Rachel Moning, who is a 2020 Marian University graduate and currently an Orr Fellow. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate your time, and it is definitely our pleasure. So can you start out and talk to us about what the Orr Fellowship is? If nobody's ever heard about it, what is it?
Yeah, so the Orr Fellowship is a 2-year program located in Indianapolis. And basically for 2 years, you get paired with a partner company. So you work at your company full time. And then within that, so career is one of the main pillars. There's 3 others. So in addition to your career, there's a community of other fellows who are also doing the same thing at various other different companies as well. So the community aspect is social, but it's also like a networking, meet a ton of new people that are on the same track as you. So that's the second pillar. The third pillar is the commitment. So 2 years, you're pretty much locked in, but it's really worth it to dive in, and really it gives you a lot of structure post-grad if you don't really know what you want to do or where you're going, kind of like I was. And then the fourth pillar is continued learning. So there's a lot of opportunity for professional development, for service, and just kind of really getting to become your own person after graduation and pursue continued learning.
So what are so first tell us what you graduated Marian with. What was your degree?
Yeah, so I graduated with a marketing major and a communication minor.
Okay. And are you allowed to talk about the company that you're with, and like what company you're with, and maybe some other companies that some of your peers are with?
Yeah, so I got placed with Lev, which is a marketing-focused consultancy, and they work a lot with Salesforce. So basically, the way that I explain it is it's marketers helping marketers. So what we do is we really learn how to use the Salesforce product. So when a client comes in and they buy the Salesforce, the whole package, they can come to Lev and we can help them put it into implement it. So that's Lev. I find that this year there's a lot of tech roles. Tech is growing like crazy in Indianapolis, so a lot of other companies are in the tech kind of related field. Some of the bigger ones that are part of the Orr Fellowship network currently, there's Roche, there's IU Health. So those are, Genesis is another big one. So it runs the gamut of giant companies, but then there's also a lot of smaller startups that you can really kind of see the entrepreneurial spirit, I guess, if you get placed at one of those. And you do kind of have a choice in that respect of what kind of company you want to be with, if a big or small.
So what does the application process look like if I want to be an Orr Fellow? What do I have to do?
Yeah, so the first step is super easy. It is so easy. Everyone just do it. Get the first step out of the way. Start the job hunt. You go on to orrfellowship.com/apply now and or .org/apply now, and you just fill out like your name. You submit your resume. There's a couple other like demographic items. But yeah, it takes less than 5 minutes. And then I'm so excited this year because everything is remote, but I think that it'll be a lot easier to prepare for in a way. So after you do the application, we send you the link to do a Spark Hire interview, which is just an online, you're presented with a question, you have a couple minutes to think about it, and then you can answer it and submit it that way. So that's like the next step. And then normally there'd be a lot of networking events in person, but they've found a way to transform them to be virtual. So I think it's gonna be super exciting. There's gonna be lots of breakout rooms on Zoom here and there. And then of course, finalist day is the big finish. So, and that will also be virtual through Zoom. So yeah, lots of Zooming, lots of videos, but I think it'll be really good. And it's a great experience, even if you aren't completely sure that this is what you want to do. I did it as just like the first step to start applying for jobs, and just kind of kept with it. And then I knew that it was what I wanted to do. So it's a long process, but it's a good process.
So what is a benefit of being an Orr Scholar?
Yeah,
or an Orr Fellow?
Orr Fellow. I would say the biggest benefit for me, aside from career, I really wanted a good start. And I knew that Indy would be a good place. I'm originally from Cincinnati, but I kind of just fell in love with the city going to Marian. So aside from career being number one for me, I would say the community aspect. So my class has 70 fellows in it. And aside from all the social events, just like meeting all these crazy, talented, fun people, and just you learn. I feel like I've learned so much from them, and a lot of people say it's kind of like a built-in friend group after college. So it's like, yeah, you have all your Marian buds, but you meet a ton of new interesting people that you may not have met otherwise.
So what do you have to do? What kind of expectations do you have to meet to be an Orr Fellow?
Yeah, so probably the main one is you have to have a GPA of 3.2 or higher. And then from there, you need to have some kind of experience in some leadership positions. A little bit of business experience would be, I think, is always good for some of the positions. So, and then teamwork is another big one. They want to make sure that you have some kind of experience with, which I know at Marian, at least in the business school, is huge. So, yeah, those are the three main ones, I'd say.
And are you working, is this a full-time position after you graduate, part-time? How does that look?
Yeah, this is full-time. Full-time for every position is full-time so far. So, yeah.
And you said it lasts for 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 years. And I don't know the updated percentage, but about 87%, I believe, stay with their host company after the 2 years is up. And then the only people really that leave are people that either want to go back home, wherever that is for them, or if they want to go on to like grad school or something like that. Those are other options.
So is there anything about Orr that you haven't got to talk about that you were really hoping to talk about?
I guess I wrote down a couple notes. So one thing, we're looking for 76 fellows. So that's a little bit higher than we have last year. So you have a pretty good chance. We have a bunch of online webinars coming up. So really, if there's still any questions, you can either reach out to me or go to the website, and you can just kind of look around and there's little bios for all of the current fellows. There's bios of past fellows. There's host companies, so you can check out which companies are in the network that you could work for. But yeah, those are the main points.
And then we are actually, I want to plug the exchange for a couple of things. One, if you're interested and you just go and you want to go to orrfellow.org and submit your resume, I would highly suggest having your resume looked over before you submit that. And we have an interview platform called Big Interview, which is an online interviewing process. So you can practice those things before you even start to get that spark interview for the Orr Fellowship. So we do have resources at the exchange for you as well to help with this process. And then we also have 2 question and answer sessions with you, Rachel, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So one is going to be on August 24th and the other on September 9th. Both of them are going to be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you want more information, want some more insider information, want to talk to Rachel about her experience some more, jump into those. The links for those will be on Handshake, and you can register for that and attend that through Handshake.
Yep. And I do want to add too that Kylie Casper will also be at one of them, and Marisa Kelly. Those are both other fellows from Marian. They'll be making appearances there. And then since we're talking about webinars, there are 2 other Orr sponsored webinars. So those will be with other fellows that are coming up, and you can find those online. Also, I have the dates written down if you have pen and paper ready. Tuesday, August 11th, so coming up from 7 to 8, and Thursday, September 3rd from 6 to 7. So those are also options for more information.
Perfect. Rachel, thank you so much for your time and your commitment and your leadership in the community.
Thank you.